Okay, that's the result after cleaning off the salt. Just used a soft brush and some water. It's quite messy to do that, so do it in a bin or a sink or whatever. But that's the end result. You can see how random it is. You can't really influence it too much. It just comes out how it comes out. But it does give quite a good, convincing rusted paint or corroded paint effect, especially up on the top there. So that's the idea. Hard to recreate that by hand, and it's got that kind of just natural random pattern. So just a bit of painting now, just to kind of add a bit of detail, add some difference. I've got a red here. And I'm going to paint up the handle. No fancy brushes or nice new brushes for this, just kind of rough. It's just worth picking out a few extra items in different colours. Without getting too carried away or spending too long. You can see the basic materials kind of suffer a bit of being scrubbed and whatever. That's okay, once we get that painted up again, it'll all look fine. And I don't think it's worth spending too much time painting up details on, background objects like terrain and things, but it's a little bit awkward doing this, trying to film it with the camera in the way, but as I said, it just helps lift it. And again, all these stages, you can just say it's done whenever you want. I mean, you could just get away with tidying up the base and that would be it done. Okay. So that handle can be red. I think that's the only thing I do with the red in. And then some grey. You could use any paints, doesn't have to be the Citadel paints. I just thought about painting these for some reason. I just thought that would be good in grey. Not setting up the wet palette for this. This is just paint straight from the pot. I'm not too worried about the quality of the finish. I mean, it's meant to be a mess. It's not a good brush. I mean, it was a good brush, but it's not good now. It's just kind of spreading as I use it. But we're going to be adding washes and things to this later. So that'll help sort out the edges between colours. And it's fun knowing that what you've got in front of you is entirely unique. You know, there's not going to be any other model like it. You can start to see, even by just doing something like this, it just adds quite a bit. It can even look good if there's some areas of the model that maybe look like they've been fixed up or replaced or repainted and they look newer. You know, maybe someone salvaged something and fixed it up or repainted it with a different colour. You know, on the main bodywork, that would be quite good. What I'll do is I'll use XV88 on the base. I'll do that later because that doesn't really matter right now. Tamiya Colour XF1 flat black, really good for tyres and rubber. It does tend to dry really nicely to a flat finish. So I'm just going to get this cable or conduit or connection of some sort to start to dry up quite quickly when you're working with it. It's almost not worth using bad brushes, just for the hassle it gives you. You try to paint things. You can almost see it drying straight away. I would like to, if I could, paint some of these little cable things in here. I think they would work well. Try not to get it on anything else. I think this is the only fiddly bit to worry about. Okay, that will do it for that. And then some metal. These Vallejo metal colour paints are really good. Very thin and easy to paint with, or at least they flow well. I'll get a couple of drops of that. And I thought I would just try and paint over this part here, which might be a bit too glossy with the spray paint to take the silver. I thought it would just be a nice place to put some metal. And you can see from the earlier stages that bicarbonate of soda and the super glue stuff, it does create quite a good thick kind of rusted weld or something like that. It does work. Maybe try and get some on the inside of here as well. And if it dries quick enough, we can maybe get another coat of the metal on there. I don't think I'll do too much more than that. It's just to get a few bits spooled out with a different colour. Sort of tempted to do something here. Now you can see I've just put my finger down on that one, which I shouldn't have done. Okay. And then I think while that's drying, try and do something on the base. Because you might have noticed there's some white visible in places, but all that's going to disappear once we get onto the weathering later on. But and once there's some weathering powder down and around the base, that'll just blend it in and help the model look like it's actually sat in the ground. We won't have a hard line colour change, it'll be a kind of dusty blend. Just dipping the brush in some water just to make this stuff go a bit further. I won't do the whole base in this video. I'll do a separate video on basing in this style anyway. And you can see that black, flat black with Tamiya, how that's worked. That's the base tidied up for now. Just want to make sure there's no white bits showing. And then I'll just go over that metal again now. Still some on the palette there, so I mean, it really is like liquid metal, this stuff. It's probably effectively is liquid metal, but Okay, there.